Welcome back live to Las Vegas. Thomas and Mack Center, the final ticket to the semifinals in the 2019 Air Force Reserve Mountain West Women's Basketball Championship has been punched. It's the Wyoming Cowgirls who topped Utah State by a final count of 64-41. I'm joined here on stage by the head coach, Joe Legerski, Marta Gomez, and Bailee Cotton. Nicely done. Joe, when we talked earlier this week, you told me this has been a very fun group to coach. It's easy to see now why you would say that. In your words, why has this been a special year because of that?
Well, I have great senior leadership, and the two young people right next to me, Marta Gomez, Bailee Cotton, they've been through so many battles for us, and I just know what to expect from them. They know what to expect from me. We've also had Slajana Rakovic step up, Clara Tapia, and then our young players are very talented. And so it seems, I always say, you have to have talent to win, but you better have team chemistry, and you can ask these two. I think we got great team chemistry.
Marta, when we saw you guys take the floor, you did something that the previous teams that played yesterday couldn't do. Boise State struggled a little bit out of the gate because their opponent had some reps on this floor. We saw San Diego State come out and just absolutely take it on the floor like they did last night. You guys had fresh legs, but it didn't deter you guys not having the experience from yesterday. How were you able to get out to that fast start, 23-11 in the first quarter?
I think everybody was excited to play. We know that this is it. You lose here and you go home, and I think the seniors especially, we have experience. We know how it is to play in the tournament, and I think we were just ready to take on the first game, and I think you could see that on the court. We were excited and we were ready to play today.
Bailee, you're the defensive player of the year in the Mountain West. Obviously, offense gets all the glamour, gets the headlines, but coaches love defensive players, right?
Yeah, you're right.
To be named defensive player of the year, what does that mean to you here in this league?
I mean, it's huge, and I always get my energy from defense, and that's something that I just take pride in ever since, growing up. And so when I found out, I almost cried, and my parents did cry. And so it was a big deal for us just getting that recognition and having others see the hard work that we put in. But, I mean, our defense is all about team, too. So if I'm fronting and no one's in the help side, I mean, I wouldn't get that honor anyways, so it's just awesome to play with this group. In
a lot of ways, she personifies the entire team. We saw the interior defense tonight really frustrate Utah State, and that's something you guys made a key you focused on maybe mid-January, retooling a few things to shore up the defense.
Yeah, we were struggling in November and December with our defense, giving up too many points, and Marta Gomez is a tremendous offensive player, but she made a commitment to defense. And then when you have Bailee Cotton, Defensive Player of the Year, it makes it a little easier. She erased mistakes. But I think what it says about this whole group is you heard Bailee talk about that she knows the help side's going to be there. That's the trust she has in her teammates. Marta became a 1,000-point scorer this year, and the first thing she talked about, if it wasn't for her teammates, she couldn't have done it. So having trust in one another and being able to help each other out, I think that's the mark of this group.
How about the contribution tonight from Clara? She comes in averaging around 4 points a game. She goes double figures. That was huge for you guys.
It was big. We knew that Clara would not be guarded tonight at the three-point line. We talked to Clara about what she needed to do, and she stepped up and really met the challenge and got to the basket and finished and had just a great ball game. But there's another senior that's been through this tournament for 2 years, and we talked about coming out, enjoying ourselves, having some fun, getting up and down the court, and seeing how well we can play.
Well, it's on to the next tier, and you got some experienced players, and you face a team, San Diego State, that you handled very well. I think you beat them by 42 points, if the notes are correct. Marta, what's the secret to having the same energy that you guys showed here tonight against Utah State against the upstart team in this tournament that pulled off a very big upset of New Mexico moments ago earlier today? How are you going to have the same effort against the Aztecs tomorrow?
I think the biggest thing is just to come mentally ready for them. They beat New Mexico, so they're going to be probably overexcited tomorrow. I think we need to be ready from the minute one to take on them and just keep our composure, play how we know to play and just do our best. And I think if we play together, we have a good chance to win.
Well, Joe, I would agree with you. This is an exciting team to watch. We're privileged to get a chance to watch them once again tomorrow night against the San Diego State Aztecs.
Thank you. It's great to be up here.
Well,
this is something new for the Mountain West, and we're happy to be sitting here with you.
We're happy you're here. Appreciate you guys. We're going to take a look at the bracket. You guys can go celebrate with your teammates here. Here is the bracket for the 2019 Air Force Reserve Mountain West Tournament. As we stand right now, we're going to pencil Wyoming in with a Sharpie there into the spot against San Diego State tomorrow night at 8:30 Pacific time. That will be game 2 of this tournament in the semifinals tomorrow. But game 1 will match the top-seeded Boise State Broncos. They will take on Fresno State in the 1-4 matchup at 6 o'clock p.m. So all the favorites except for San Diego State, who pulled off the upset, do advance to the semifinals. We will have those games live for you Tuesday evening right here in Las Vegas starting at 6 o'clock Pacific time. So that's going to do it. The semifinal tickets have been punched. Wyoming, the last to punch his ticket into the semifinals, topping Utah State, your final 64-41. For Tamara Brown and our entire crew here in Las Vegas, that's going to do it for our quarterfinal coverage from the 2019 Air Force Reserve Mountain West Women's Championship Tournament. Semifinals on tap tomorrow night. Good night from Las Vegas.